And welcome storyteller number 5 to the stage, Patrick McGraw.
In the summer of 2008, life was good. I was living in Seattle. I had a job I enjoyed with people who became important friends in my life. And I was happy at home with my partner. We played Scrabble. On Sundays, I made waffles. We even went to Paris. But don't get me wrong, nothing's ever perfect. Often I'd come home to find a banana peel on the coffee table. And next to the banana peel would be a spoon, and next to the spoon would be a cereal bowl. The banana peel and spoon were never in the bowl, always next to it. Who does that? But that's life in a relationship, and I was happy. Later that fall, my partner would transition. So as I tell this story, I will say she and her throughout, and her name was Kara. Kara had an encyclopedic knowledge of books and movies. She made me laugh with ease. We were in sync. But at that point in that summer, Kara hadn't mentioned anything about being a transgender woman. And the first conversation we'd have was a mostly silent one. We were in our apartment one evening when she slid some photos over. That felt very dramatic in a movie kind of way, but also apprehensive, which was very unlike her. They were boudoir photos that she had taken of herself in lingerie, and now my mind is racing. I wanted to be supportive, but I also wanted to ask, what does this mean? Does this change the meaning of us? But I didn't know how to do that without making it all about me, so I tried to listen over all my own thoughts. But Kara didn't say much, even though she was obviously trying to share something with me that was very important to her. So we both allowed each other to sit in our uncertain thoughts. And a couple days after this very short but very big conversation, Kara told me that she had been going to group meetings with a gender center and that she wanted to march with this group in the Seattle Pride Parade in a couple weeks. I now felt like we were traveling at different speeds and I didn't know how to catch up. And then on the day of the parade, Kara was visibly nervous about going out so publicly with makeup, a wig, a dress, and I was feeling protective. We had about a mile or so to walk from our apartment to the meeting point downtown. Our house was a safe place. The parade would be a supportive place, but the going in between, that could be anything from neutral to hostile. We didn't know, so we braced ourselves for the worst. We arrived at the meeting point without incident, and Kara began introducing me to others in the group. And just as that small group was getting set to march, Kara asked me if I wanted to join. I said no. I hate that moment. My response was instinctive because my thinking was, I don't like parades, so why would I be in one? But instantly, I regretted my answer because the question in my heart, had I listened, was how can I show up for Kara? This was a huge moment, and I was saying no? So while I was trying to reconcile all of my actions and my feelings, the group had started to march. They were about a block away when I decided to catch up. I didn't want to miss out, and I wanted to make sure Kara was okay. Kara was okay. She spotted me in the crowd. She was beaming. The crowd cheered. She beamed some more. Joy was colliding and exploding before my eyes. What a moment to witness, to experience. And so I followed for a few more blocks. We waved one more time, signaling that we'd meet at the end. But this was just a beginning. Kara did transition that fall, and it was often very hard on her. And I often stumbled in learning to try to be faster about saying yes. And then just a few years later, just as Kara was coming into her own, she died of cancer. That was 9 years ago. And I tell this story because I want Cara to be remembered and because she reminds me that so many others need us to show up. Thank you.
And that was Patrick, everyone.